Okay. We're doing a thing today. We're going to be building subagents with Claude Code. We're gonna. I've never done this before. It's gonna be a fun, exciting adventure. We're gonna see how we do it and are they useful? Can they even, if we have them, if we use them, are they even worth it? Like, are they actually useful? That's one of the things I'm curious about. We're gonna try it. We're gonna install some subagents. We're gonna define our own. We're gonna read the instructions first. We gotta read the manual. Then we're going to install them here in our terminal. We got Claude open running up here at the top of the screen. And you can see that we've got a tutorial here, or at least that guides the instructions about how building with Claude Code subagents. And we're going to try it. We're going to see what it's like. We're going to have some of our own subagents, and we'll see how it goes. They make it. Hey, Ashford, it's good to see you. Saw you yesterday. It was great to have you. I'm glad to have you back. That's really exciting. Today we're going to be building with Claude Code subagents. We're going to see, are they worth it? Does it make it better? Or does it make, and what can be better? What would be considered better? Like better code, better output and productivity? Does it make me happier, right? Because if it means that's less work for me and it makes me happier, that counts. That counts. That goes a long way. Even if it's not like a better productivity output, but it makes me happier, that counts as better. So let's try it. Let's get started. So I'm gonna start. We're gonna read through subagents on Claude Code, and we're gonna install it here in the terminal window that we've got. All right. So great news: specialized agents in Claude Code for task-specific workloads and improved context management. Okay, which means that it says improved context management. Or we'll see what that means. That probably means that you have each subagent gets its own context, which we found out in previous efforts that when you use an AI model and you start off by populating its context window, the early context window is really powerful and really accurate and gives you really good output and outcome. What's missing from that is once you go further down, it starts to degrade. So if you have subagents and they all get their own start from scratch sub windows, that means that you should have a better output. Custom subagents in Claude Code are specialized AI assistants that can be invoked to handle specific types of tasks. They enable more efficient problem solving by providing task-specific configurations with customized system prompts, tools, so you can give them the separate tools, I guess, in that case, and separate context window. Yeah, okay, so you do get a separate context window. They get to start from the beginning. All right, what are subagents? We just talked about what subagents are pre-configured AI personalities. I guess you could call them professions, like different professions. Right? They could be personalities. I suppose you could have fun with this. That Claude Code can delegate tasks to. Each subagent has a specific purpose and expertise area. All right. Uses its own context window separate from the main window. Oh, all right. So there's so Claude Code, like there'd be Claude Prime, where it's the original context window, and then it can call out. So Claude Code will call out, just like MCP servers, Model Context Protocol. Claude Code can decide to call out to a subagent. I wonder how we can invoke it. Can be configured with specific tools it's allowed to use. Okay. Includes custom system prompt. Yes. Okay, cool. Let's do it. When Claude Code encounters a task that matches a subagent's expertise, it can delegate tasks to specialized subagent, which works independently and returns the results to probably the main context window. So we get context preservation. Each subagent operates on its own context. Okay. Specialized expertise. Agents can be fine-tuned with detailed instructions for specific domains, leading to higher success rates on delegated or designated tasks. Okay. That makes sense because the early context window succeeds better. Reusability. Oh, yeah. Okay. So once you have sort of like a pattern that you like maybe one subagent, you like it, you can just reuse them for future tasks. That's kind of neat. Different projects shared with your teammates too. Flexible permissions. Each subagent can have different tool access, allowing you to limit powerful tools to specific subagent types. So in that case, if you have like a specific role, maybe it's just an auditor or a reviewer or a code reviewer right? And they go in and review the pull request. The agent wouldn't have any write permissions. They would only have read and the ability to comment. So in that case, that could be really powerful. Let's do it. Let's build a subagent. All right, I want to do it. I want to make this happen. We're going to make this possible. All right, quick start to create your first subagent. Open the subagent interface. Okay, so we're going to run a command. I've got Claude Code running here. Run the agents command. Let's do it. / agent. That's plural. All right, let's do it. We got it. Okay, so we can create a new agent. No agents found. Yeah, because we haven't done this before. Create specialized agents that Claude Code can delegate. Each subagent has its own context, custom system prompt, specific tools. Code reviewer, code simplifier. That's the one I want. I want code simplifier. Because here's the deal. Code, when it's written, is debt. It's becoming less important now with AIs being able to read the code for you. So it's less debt, really. But code simplification, it's nice because it could, I mean, if there's, you spend money on tokens, the more the AI has to read, the more money you spend. So if you have simpler code, it could cost you less money. Security reviewer, tech lead, or UX reviewer. UX reviewer. That's interesting. So this is what I don't know yet. Can Claude Code, does it have vision? Can it see like visual? I haven't tested to see if it can do that. All right, let's see what we got here. We're going to create a new agent. We'll do for the personal or Claude. Do we want to do, all right, project? Oh, we'll do project. So let's make it local first. Generate with Claude, recommended. Okay, we'll do that. Describe what this agent should do. Okay, so let's do code simplifier. Reduces. Yeah, we want to reduce code complexity, but also volume, right? Reduce code complexity and code volume. Make code easy to read. Okay, let's see what it says. It's going to, okay, so we know what's going to happen here. So Claude Code agent is going to generate for us. It's going to generate for us an agent, a sub-agent. It's going to do all the hard work for us. Let's see how it goes. I'm actually kind of curious. Well, while that's generating, we'll keep, here we go. Yeah, we'll give it everything. I don't see why not, because it's going to simplify. So let's continue. We'll just do balance performance. Color. Oh. So this is going to be the code simplifier. And when you're making PRs and your git commit, when you see like the negative signs, the red negative, that's code reduction. So I know we didn't say code reduction, but this kind of implied. So I'll just say red. Okay, what do you got here? Is there extra stuff on the screen? Okay, there is. Okay, here we go. So we're creating a new agent from confirm and save. Code simplifier, tools, all of them, model sonnet. Description tells Claude when to use this agent. Use this agent when you need to reduce code complexity, eliminate redundancies, improve readability, refactor complex improvements. Examples, context user has written a complex function with nested loops and then I guess it's truncated. It's not going to go any further. System prompt. Good morning, Samit. Hey, Samit, good to see you. Good morning, Pineapple. Yeah, we're currently doing subagents. We're seeing if Claude Code can perform better. Does it have a better output with subagents? I'm actually kind of curious. Looking very good. Look very nice. Thank you. That's awesome. Good to hear. Appreciate it. Compliments. So we're creating our own subagents, and we're going to see if they work. Or actually, they probably will, obviously. But how good do they work? Are they good, or just kind of good? So that's what I'm curious about. Press S or enter to save. All right, we did it. Wait. 4 agents. I created 1 agent. What do you mean 4 agents? What does this mean? Code simplifier. Rohan. Hey, Rohan, good to see you. Hi, welcome in. We're currently running Claude Code subagents. We're going to test them out. We're going to see, are they better than just a regular interaction with Claude? Good. Yeah, that's awesome, Sumit. Good to hear. Milan, hey, Milan John, how's it going? Hey, hello, bro. We're building code with Claude, but we're using subagents, and we're going to test them out. We're going to see, are they better? Are they better or not? Milo 89. Hey, how's it going? Milo, I'm really excited. We got started with we made our first agent. We haven't used it yet. A edit. A edit. How's it going? Hey, hi. Good to see you. Glad to have you here. We just built our first sub agent in Claude Code. Is it better? Is it going to work? I don't know. For some reason, it says there's 4 agents, but I only created 1. Why does it say there's 4? This is so weird. I'm actually kind of curious. Rajiv, I was using GPT-5 and GitHub VS Code Copilot, and it's pretty good, unlike what other people are saying on the internet. Yeah, it is. It's actually pretty good. It does a good job. I'm actually kind of excited. Ash Vanish, hey, how's it going? Hi, Steven. Hey, good to see you. We're currently building some projects here, but we're going to test out sub-agents with Claude Code. Is it better? Is it actually better? We're going to find out. Milo, thanks. Glad to find you're live. Yeah, we're live. We're live right now. And we just built our own agent, even though it says there's 4. I don't know why it says there's 4, but we only made 1, or the code simplifier. Yeah. Sumit, you say transitive dependency between 4 agents. Okay. That's right. That's how it goes. Let's see. We're gonna find out. Seems interesting. I edit. Yeah, it is. I'm actually really excited. Ashford, nowadays vibe coding is the thing. It is. And you know what? It was really tough because to get into vibe coding, it started off with you having to give up something as a software engineer. You had to give up your ability to be an artist with code. And it was so fun. It was so much fun to be an artist with code because you would build the most elegant code. You'd choose the best variable names. You'd have beautiful code comments. And it was just an art, and it was an enjoyable activity. And you have to give that up. Like, you basically give it up. And now you do the most boring things. Well, maybe we'll find out here. The most boring thing of reading code. So that's what we're doing. So we just created an agent. Yep, we did that. We selected a project. We generated with Claude, which we did. And then we gave it tool selections. And then we said, we didn't edit the prompt though. We just saved. Now your sub agent is now available. Claude will use use it automatically. So here's what I'm wondering is how do we invoke it now that we have a sub agent? Milo, does it pay off to learn coding now? So I think yes, because there is more code being created in the world than ever before with these AI agents, and we're going to need people to read them. Although if the AIs end up being really good at reading them, does humans even need to read it? I think we still need that. I think that's still going to be a thing, and it's getting a lot better. So we'll find out. Yeah, we'll find out. Private Milo, what is the biggest project that you've ever built with an agent? What is the biggest project? So that's actually really a good question because when you build projects, they kind of end up being very interesting. So what I'll tell you is I haven't built a project from scratch, like a really big one from the very beginning, from ground up, but I have edited very large projects. So I was able to go into we have very big code bases at our company. I was able to go in with Claude Code and Codex and Gemini and make changes to the code base using just natural language. And it did a very good job. What it wasn't good at was we had a bug. So here's a scenario. We'll walk through a story. There was a bug in our server, and we needed to figure out where it was. We tried to use the code agents to find the bug, and it wasn't able to. Maybe we weren't telling it enough information, not sure, but it couldn't find the bug. We knew what the problem is, and we tried to convince the model that because this was a deep underlying concurrency issue problem, and we were saying, this is the issue, it's the problem right here, and it's like, oh yeah, maybe. We had a hard time to get it to work, but it eventually did. That was, maybe 4 months ago, so things have gotten a lot better. So yeah, Private Milo, that's kind of like a long story short there. Or Rajiv, I think things can change with time, LOL, and it's inevitable, LOL. Yeah, it is. That's what's going to happen. It's already happening right now, and there's a lot of resistance. There's just a lot of resistance. So we're trying to make it better. That's actually one of the things that I'm doing right now is I'm learning about code of these subagents in Claude. That's the plan. We're learning about subagents in Claude, and we're going to see how that if I bring this knowledge to the teams, how it can make their lives better and make them more productive and happy. Because one of the things is it better can be quantified in different ways. More productive, less errors, faster, those sorts of things. But it can also be quantified by happiness. Are you happier with this setup? And so that's what we're going for. We can count happiness as better. You're building an agent. Sumit, you're building an agent to optimize the API performance of giving areas of improvement as a result. As a real. Yes. Okay. That's actually a really good idea. I mean, that would be a good subagent. So that an optimization agent. Milo, can one be a good vibe coder without knowing to actually code? Maybe. So yes, I think you can. I think it's a new kind of skill, and you'd be able to maybe even do better without knowing to code. Because when you're a software engineer and then you've been introduced into the new vibe coding approaches, guess what? You come with all this foreknowledge and the way things are supposed to be, right? You kind of already know because you've been through it before, and so you know what it's like. So it could be a detriment with having that extra knowledge. It might be better to not have coding knowledge and to become a coder just using its coding agents. So, yeah. Random person. Hey, how's it going? Glad to see you. I edit, bro. All right. Banish. Hey, Steven, I'd love to help edit short videos for you. Let me know if you're looking for someone. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. That could be interesting. I'll tell you what, though. I did create a workflow talking about AI taking jobs. I created a workflow that has an AI automatically. MK Gamer. Hey, how's it going? I created a workflow using AI, and it takes the video. So this video right now, this very video that we're recording, I have it recording locally. I hand it over to the AI. It will read. It'll convert all the voice into text, and then it will look for specific topics. So like we're kind of going off topic a little bit here, but I'll have the AI go back and cover only for the specific topic that you see that I'm highlighting here on the screen, for example, because it recognizes my keyword. So I'm being careful not to actually say the word, because when I do, the AI will know to catch on to this. So it finds those keywords and slices the video together. And then it also creates shorts, like YouTube shorts and things like that. So, but yeah, it does an okay job. Like it does good enough. Private Milo, you are a software engineer. Yeah. I'm a software engineer, distributed computing for very many decades. We've built one of the largest concurrent global network for online user communication, and we have the world record. We're number one, and we've done it, and we keep beating our record multiple times. So we connect users for communications for like multiplayer gaming. For interactive experiences like chat right now, like you and I we're chatting with chat right now, and so that's the experience here. MK Gamer, hello, Stephen, welcome back. Thank you, it's great to see you. Milo, do you think companies will still hire junior Python developers? I think maybe yes, because especially with these code generations, if you are a junior developer, you become a better developer with these coding agents. And since the market is here's where you have an advantage as a junior engineer. The market is so oversaturated with, a bunch of engineers, senior, mid-level, and junior. The benefit that you have is you can jump in at you can undercut them basically. You can undercut the salary expectations, and you can get your foot in the door, and that's the way to win. That's the quote. In fact, I actually did that when I got started out. I was a junior, and I had actually a lot of experience comparatively, even to some mid-level engineers, but I did undercut and I said, hey, I want you to pick me. I believe in this company. Start me at a low salary and then see how well I perform. I will promise I do a really good job. And definitely when it comes time for the review, hey, be generous because I'm invested in your company. So you could totally do that and that will work really well. Rajiv, I think all about experiment, more experiments, you do more and you learn. Yes. So if you're like me, you learn by doing. Just keep going. You learn by doing. Like right now, what we're doing is we are currently, we created a subagent with Claude Code and we wanted to see what it's like to use it. We did it. So we have a code simplifier here. View agent. I'm actually kind of curious. Check this out. Here's the agent that we made. It's a code simplifier. It's an expert code refactoring, a specialist, deep expertise. So that's actually kind of cool. Engineer principles, design patterns, verbose, analyze, assessment phase. Oh, simplification strategy. Pretty cool. That's neat. I'm actually kind of excited to use it. I'm going to try it out. Sumit, some of your shorts lags. Yeah. So I had a problem, Sumit, with how I set up OBS. I was using hardware acceleration, but I have a really old system. And the hardware accelerators were being done with the GPU compute layer. And the GPU hardware needed a render on the screen, actual graphics. So when I was streaming and trying to use the GPU to do hardware video encoding at the same time, it caused the video to lag. So I fixed that. I fixed it. We don't have any more video lag. But thank you for reminding me. Ashford, is there a chance for full stack developer? Yes, there is. It's probably better to have full stack experience, right? Because if you go in and you have full stack experience, you can jump in and you'll be able to cover more of the gaps. So absolutely. It makes sense. Private Milo, what do you think is better, Cursor or Claude Code? I like Claude Code. And I like to use, because I can use it with my own IDE, which is Vim. I use Vim to edit all my code. So it works really well. Plus, if you're vibe coding, you don't really need an IDE so much anymore, right? Right? You shouldn't have to read the code. So what's the point of Cursor in the first place? You don't need it. You just need to have an interface with an agent to be able to do your work for you. So why have this giant screen of real estate dedicated to the code that you're not going to read anyway? Like, little tiny chat window, right? See, look. Check this out. Cursor IDE. Check this out. I want to show some images. I mean, look, let's look at this. Let's really take a peek at this. All right, here's a good example. All right. And it's like a third. Oh, I needed to, no. I need the screen. I need to look. I need to see the image. Open image in new tab. Here we go. All right, let's zoom in. All right, so it's not so bad, but look, more than 60% of the screen is dedicated to stuff you don't need to know anymore, right? Like, what do you need all this for? You don't need it anymore. You just need this part right here. That's all the future. You just need this part. You don't need this over here. It's a totally different game now. So why have Cursor in the first place? Just use Claude Code. What does Claude Code cost you per month, if I may ask? So we have this game at the company, at the business, at PubNub, where who can use the most AI. And we've spent thousands of dollars consuming tokens per month. And we are not done spending yet. We want to spend more, and we like it. And we're good at it, and we're happy. We're like, who can do the most? Who can spend the most tokens? It's sort of like a game that we have here in the engineering team. So that's kind of exciting. But thousands of dollars is the answer. Heavenly Demon, is this Claude Code? Yeah, it is. Yep, it sure is. Milo, how do you prompt Claude Code with MD files? So there's a claude.md, but you also don't have, you can refer to any MD file when you're prompt. You just give it the name of the prompt the name of the file that you're looking for, and you're good to go. So you don't have to do anything special. You just provide it the name of the MD file, and off it goes. Heavenly Demon, does unused tokens expire every month, or can you carry it over? So we do So if you pay like per seat, right, a per developer seat, you will have unused tokens and they expire and they go away forever. We don't do that. What we do instead is we pay per token. And so our bill can be really high or really low. But since we have a lot of engineers, the bill is actually lower right now. So we'd be spending a lot more if we paid $200 per month per engineer, but we don't. We pay less than that because we're on a per token basis. So if that answers that question. Private Milo to flex, I guess. Yeah, pretty much. It is, exactly. Wolfs, hey, how's it going? Hey, recently learning Flask, done with the session. Flask is a really great Python web framework. It's fantastic. It does a really good job. It's it's right up there with Fast API. Flask is fantastic. It's got excellent ergonomics. It's really satisfying to use, and all the AI agents know how to use it as well. So you've got good longevity with it. It's a great one. Let's see. Thanks for all the information. You're welcome. Anything you want to know. I've got decades of experience here. Happy to share it with you. Heavenly Demon, can I join you and spend more tokens? Yeah, that's the idea. Like that's what we want. We actually want to figure out ways to. We want to lean in so much into this that we want to see if we can go all the way. Because right now, most of the team, it's still hard to give up your original expertise of being a software engineer over to a code agent. It's just difficult. One, because you're giving away part of your happiness. It's a lot of fun to write code, but you have to give that over to the AI, and so you're throwing that away, which is hard. The other is we're just not very good at it yet, and so we need to get better. And once we are, we'll consume more of it, and we want that. We want to be there to be able to have the opportunity to increase our productivity. Personally, myself, I've used it within some of the tasks of teams, and I found that it does a really good job. Like we have Jira, we use Jira, take a Jira ticket, go over, have the AI prompt with the Jira ticket, and then it does the work, and then you audit the work. So it does it does a really good job. I love it a lot. It makes me happy. All right. Blanc, vibe coding is a complete joke. You should learn to actually code. It is good to learn to actually code because then you'll know how to read and audit the code, especially right now because we're only in 2025. We're at the beginning of these coding agents. They're not that good yet. I mean, they do a good job, but you still need to read code and audit because they do weird things. Like Sumit earlier, you're like, you wanted to do some video editing? Well, the AI, you know how 1080, like 4K and 2K video, it made it off by 1 pixel. So instead of 1920 by 1080, it made it 1919 by 1080, which is so frustrating that it did that because it's not that good at math. So you have to be careful. And so I uploaded a bunch of videos at 1919 by 1080. These AIs can be, they can fail. Rajaviv, what is your opinion on AI bubble? All the people are talking about that means that a bubble burst in cost. So it's different. This time around is different. So we're scared of bubbles because of what happened, like in the .com crash in 2000. The market crashed because the valuation of companies were so high, but they didn't have revenue to back it up. They had no revenue. It's different now, right? Because the AI companies are actually making revenue. Billions of dollars. So there's real market there and there's real revenue. And it's a bubble from the perspective of expectations because it's like when you use these AI models and you're wowed by how amazing they are, your expectations go to the moon. So it's a bubble from that perspective, if that makes sense. Wolves, can we build something together? I'm really good at structural way of building stuffs. Yeah, it sounds interesting. I'd love to. That sounds like a good fun time. There's a lot of things that we need to build. It's amazing how much you would think that everything's already built, but it's not because now that we have AI, everything can be rebuilt with AI first, AI native. Heavenly Demon, which is faster, vibe coding or actually coding? I do think vibe coding is faster and efficient at Blanc. Yeah, it is. Good luck spending hours fixing your code months late. Yeah. So here's the deal. It's actually okay because Even though it had an error, like I was describing earlier, it didn't actually hinder anything. It didn't break anything. It just was slightly off, but everything still worked just fine. Yeah, it was just slightly annoying that it was off by a pixel, but guess what? Nothing broke. It worked fine, and it did its job. So we don't have to chase perfection. And even when humans deploy production, well vetted production code into the hands of our consumers and our customers, there's also errors there too, right? It's not bug free even when a human does it. So it's still we're still, at least on par with existing engineers at this point. How many of you are there? Are you talking about at the company? We have hundreds of employees. Good luck spending. Yeah, okay. Wolves. That is why going a modular and structural way while vibe coding along with some coding skills. Yeah. And it's a bit research to help a lot to build fast, really speaking, though, through experience. It is. So it does help a lot. One of the things that I found working with these agents is being more prescriptive about kind of what I want the tasks to be done, and having more of an eye from an architect perspective, guiding it in a way that prevents it from making mistakes. And so, which is really great because I always one-shot everything basically, and it works really well. And it gets basically almost exactly what I want every single time. With a few exceptions. But mostly that's my fault. If there's an exception, it's my fault. So I learn, I see what my problem was, and I fix my input for the model, and it gets better. Private Milo, do you think AI subscriptions will be cheaper or more expensive in the future? Cheaper. They'll get cheaper because the AI models will get better, faster, and more tuned. So you've heard of multimodal or multi-agent, what is it called? Mixture of experts models. We'll probably, instead of having a mixture of experts so much, we'll be creating specific, fully focused models on exact tasks and disciplines. And then we'll have like a router that routes to each of these disciplines, and it will be better from that perspective. So we don't have to worry about it, which means the tokens get cheaper. Wolves, how can I connect with you? LinkedIn. So let's do a quick here. Stephen Blum, LinkedIn. Here we go. Is it this one? Yeah. Perfect. All right. I'll paste that in the chat. Here we go. Chat. Here we go. That's how you get a hold of me here on LinkedIn. Let's see. Okay. Tara MST bro said we don't have to time. We don't have to time. At Stephen Blum, bro, you're really interesting. Would you like to connect with you and learn a lot from you? Okay, yeah, excellent. That sounds like a lot of fun. I've done a lot of things over the years, including, check this out. Oh wait, you can't see it because we're in. Wait, no, yeah, you can. Check this out. Look at this. You can't brag about this. Not everyone can brag about this, but look how many I've got. Like distributed computing patents. Isn't it cool? Who can say, I can't brag to anyone else about this but you guys, right? If I bragged about this in real life to like other people, there's like, oh, he's got patents, whatever. Like, look, I actually, check this out, real patents. Look, one patent, a method patent for detecting latency, and another patent for distributing messages on a multi-region app replication, right? So we've got another one. And another one, right? We've got more data synchronization patent. Oh, we're not done yet. Systems for displaying a responsive plurality of users in an event. Isn't that cool? So many patents. And that's not all of them. I know there's more. It's not showing them all because I'm not signed in. But sorry, I had to brag to you guys there for a second because I thought it was an opportunity. It came up. Who would have ever thought? At the end of the day, Heavenly Demon, most bugs you spend days fixing and be fixed in hours with vibe coding is efficient for experienced devs. Yeah, so it really depends on the scenario. Some bugs I noticed that the AIs do have a challenge with. They don't have context on some of the scenarios. For example, something as simple as a server-held context thread that gets terminated based on conditions of the connection on from the users and the client side. The AI agents don't know what that is. They just don't know what it is. And so we had to do special considerations. The good news is, after describing it to the AI, it was able to understand what the problem was and implement a fix, but it didn't know what it was out the gate. Though I do agree, agents are expensive. They're so expensive right now. Yeah, you're right. Wolves, my name is Vanish, or Wish. I'll connect with you. Okay. Vishwesh. All right. Vishwesh. All right, cool. I'll look for you. Let's get back to it here really quick. We're building a subagent. We built a subagent. It's got coding standards. Now let's actually use it for something. So what I want to do is let's write an application. Let's do it. So let's bring the screen up a little bit. Boop, boop, boop. Here we go. Let's use our subagent. Let's see how it works. We'll do this. Okay, so let's get back to the main window. All right, so we've got a code simplifier. Write a PubNub app that shows cars on a map. Here we go. We'll send you the connect on LinkedIn. Okay, cool. Sounds good. And a demo mode where the cars move around on the map. Okay. Let's see what it comes up with, and then we'll ask it to use the code simplifier afterwards. Heavenly Demon, sometimes you just have to look for documentation to feed. Yeah, it's all about context. You're right. The model to understand the problem better. You're totally right. And that's why a lot of documentation is going to be really important. So you've got humans that will need to do that. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, interesting. Here we go. Manage PubNub. Is it going to try? What? Hold on. What is it going to do here? Wait. Oh, it found. No. I don't want it to do that. Just use demo keys. Just use demo keys for this. There we go. So yeah, let's use demo keys. Do you do freelance, private Milo? If so, how do you choose the project? If out of your expertise or not, since I got a project, but I'm not confident only using AI. I guess that's actually a really good question. So you use, there's a lot of places to, here we go. Let's get it going. Let's have it automatically make things happen here. So it's running, it's building, it's making things different. And we'll see if our code agent or sub agent makes it better. I don't know about that one in terms of freelancing. I suppose it's a different world now because almost everyone, well, some things where you need to architect in terms of, like maybe if you're doing AI tasks or building some AI tech, or if you need to do something with data pipelines with like Spark or Trino or some other big data system or Kafka, right? So that requires expertise. And one of the things I haven't really tried much with these AI agents is mobile app development. I'm sure they can do a pretty good job, though you wouldn't necessarily use Xcode to build these things. You'd probably use like something more like a Unity, or, well, obviously that's for gaming, but maybe a Xamarin or some sort of like React Native. There you go. React Native for mobile. If you're building that would make a lot of sense. Sean Favoriel. Hey, Sean Favoriel. I love watching this is a second year student, half knowing everything. Gonna do more projects. Do it. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's how you learn. The more projects you do, the better. Okay, so we just made our project. So let's see here. Let's actually get it going. Well, sorry, but what are you working on currently? So we just made a sub-agent for the first time ever. We're going to see what this sub-agent looks like and how it works, and we're going to try it out. So that's the whole point of this. So we just built like a demo app. Let's pull up the demo app and see what it looks like, yeah? Let's see what it looks like. I'm kind of curious. Here we go. Let's do it. All right, so our demo app is going to be, let's split the screen really quick, and then we'll see what did it build for us. We're going to see here in our directory at the bottom of the screen, we're going to see, okay, here we go. Index and app.js. Actually, I'm kind of curious, app.js. Oh, this is going to be cool. Okay, so we can have, check this out. So this is what we're going to have the agent simplify. It's pretty simple code as is. But maybe there's some optimizations here. There could be some optimizations because, yeah, there's a lot of code in here. As you can see, there's quite a bit of code. So we can have our AI agent simplify this. It's pretty simple right now, But let's find out. So what we want to do is we will open that file. Poppy Chulu, do you make this agent on your own? Yeah, well, we used Claude Code to make the agent for us. So I told it what I wanted the subagent to be. And what is the difference between a subagent and an agent? So it's just context. So subagent versus agent. They're all agents at this point. They're just, a subagent is a context where you have agent prime, in this case, Claude prime, where you have a master, the main agent that is going to take care of all the child agents or the sibling agents, right? So that's kind of the idea of what a subagent is. You've got a main agent above. You could use a different model. So this is what like a tier-based model that we're using right now. So you've got main agent and then you've got subagents, but you could use a federated agent model where it's different, where all the agents work independently and they have no one to report to. There's no master or main agent. So that's what a subagent is versus an agent. They're all agents, but a subagent is a specific variant on that where it says it's going to report back to the main agent. Open index.html. Here we go. All right. It popped it open. Let me bring that up so you can see it here on the screen. Let's look at what the AI wrote for us. Let's check this out. Okay. It's looking pretty good. Let me get it looking good on the screen so you can see it. So chat can see it good. You got to make sure that chat can see it. There we go. Okay, so we've got a map. It started us in San Francisco. Isn't that crazy? Poppy, like, let's see, like router and skill kind of relationship. You're right. Yes, it's a router, right? So you've got the main agent, which is the router. And then you've got the sub-agent, which is a skill. It's got its own specific skills and context window in agentic AI terms. Totally, absolutely. You're totally right. All right, so it started us out here in San Francisco. It's kind of interesting. What's this? What is that? Oh, okay. I like that. Okay, let's start the demo here. See what happens. So, see, you can see that the car is moving around on the map. So that's kind of what the idea is. So it did it. It built what we asked. Now let's try it out. Let's try to use the subagent. I know we're keeping things simple here and we can build like a whole army of subagents and they can go off and do a bunch of tasks for us in a forever long running loop, which we're definitely going to do. That'll be a good one. I want to run Claude in a while loop that just continuously iterates on a project and builds it and makes it better. But let's see. Can I zoom in on this? Yeah. So you can, well, that's kind of zooming. So you can kind of see the cars on the map. They're moving around. I like how they're rotated. I like how they're just like rolling around. I think that's really funny. All right, let's try it out. Are we ready? This is it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna try out the sub-agent part of this picture. Let's get our screen a little bit bigger so we can see what's going on. All right, here we go. And let's say, okay. All right, here we go. We need it to invoke what's our agent called again? It was called a code simplifier. Okay, let's do it. All right, use code simplifier IER agent to reduce the code in app.js. To be honest, let's just see what it looks like. We're trying it out. We're testing out. We're going to see if it's going to do its job. Is it going to do it? I'll use the code simplifier agent to reduce the complexity and reduce the app.js. Here we go. Code simplifier. It did it. It popped it up. Look, it's right there. It's doing it. Wolves. So using a GenKit library or LangChain stuff. Yeah. So LangChain's the OG. GenKit's slightly newer. You can totally do those, and that would be another approach to providing a workflow for multiple agents. And it's necessary and important because when you sub out to another agent, they get a brand new context window, and that brand new context window has a higher chance of success than a long running context window using a single agent because it reduces in its quality of output the longer you run it. Because they just haven't been trained, and it's difficult to train on the divergence for long-running context. Yeah, it can work, and it does a good job if you know what you're doing. But look, check this out. updated with 61 additions and 163 removals. You know what I should have done was I should have used Git. I should have used Git to validate. But we kind of remember. Okay, actually, here's what we do. We have it open, so we can compare it side by side. So we have the original, right? Okay, we have the original, which is down here at the bottom. Here's the original. Let me split the screen, and then we will open up the new one. Let's see what
Claude is awaiting user input.
Let's see here. Oh, it's telling us we're done. Okay, so let's open up app.js. All right, let's see if there's any difference. All right, so the top is the same. We've got some top. Let's see if there's actually 196 lines of code. Okay, let's look at the bottom one. Let's see right here. Okay, versus so almost 3. So they reduced it by about 100 lines of code. That's a lot. That's amazing. That's actually really good. Now we just have to see if it still works. Does it still work? I don't know. Using LangChain and vibe coding build an automated data labeling agent for training ML models. This is Wolfs. You did it. You win the award. That's like distilling. This is how you distill train. So you can use a big model, like one of these large language models, to label data that would normally require human labeling. And you can use an AI model to do the labeling for you. Then you can use that data to train a small ML model that has a 99.9% accuracy. Isn't that cool? You win. Wolves, you win. You win. Good job. That is like one of the coolest use cases from a use of AI. It's like use AI to train standard machine learning. Isn't that cool? That is amazing. Good job. Like, very impressed with that. That is awesome. All right. Yeah, you did that. That is so cool. You did. Good job. Oh, that is just so amazing. It's amazing because you're using AI to train AI, and you use Gemini to do it. Isn't it cool? Oh, that's just amazing. You did it, Wolves. Good job. Yeah, it's hey, Usman. Hey, how's it going? Usman, Sugar Design. Hello. Hey, how's it going? We are currently using Claude Code Subagents, and we did it. We actually did it, and it did its job. It did what it wanted it to do. It was really cool. Poppy Chulu, like encoder decoder attention. Yeah. Yep. There's basically. So, I guess it depends on what your objective is, right? So, like with what Wolf's did is just really powerful because you can basically hire the AI model. You can download one and have it do it for you on your own system, or you can use the APIs of the big players, and you can have them train your smaller model by essentially creating training data for them. And you can use that training data in a smaller machine learning model that has basic near perfect accuracy. So that's amazing. That's what Wolf's did. Wolf's did that. Isn't that cool? That's something that I wanted to do, but more as a test, just to try it out, to see how well it would work. And Wolf's proved it. Wolf's already proved it. So that was impressive. I just thought that was really cool. So our sub agent here. Ooh, you get it now. Yeah. Isn't that cool? It's like training. It's so cool. You can use these larger models to train smaller models, and you just do it by having a training data set, but then you have the big model label that training data set with the labels that you're looking to train a smaller model with, and then you save not only energy, but it's faster because it's basically instant, and it's near perfect on accuracy. It's so cool. Yeah, that's actually crazy. That's actually crazy. Surab, I want to build a startup, but I don't know the skills for that in tech. Should I learn tech stack fastly to build? You don't have to anymore. Did you see there's someone who didn't know to code at all? I know this is like an early story, but what do you call it? What was their name? So they Vibe Code 80 million acquisition. It was an $80 million acquisition. Wix acquisition. All right, check this out. So here we go. Wix acquired a vibe coding startup, Base 44, which for $80 million in June. And it's like, you don't need to know code. You just don't, is much anymore. You can be successful without knowing code, is what I'm saying. It's still good to know the code so you can read the code and you can be an expert, especially if this is the field that you want to go into. So it's still good. Don't get me wrong. You can't argue that it's not good to have that, but you don't need it to be successful. Isn't that crazy? It's amazing. Poppy, yeah, I get it. Ha, assistant. Hi, what are you doing? Oh, okay. So let's get back to it. So what we just did, aha, assistant, we are using subagents. We just built our own subagent. And we had the AI build a car tracking map, as you can kind of see here on the screen. And then we had a subagent that did some code simplification for us, and it worked. Isn't that cool? So this is like the beginning of it. So it's kind of hard to see. I don't know if you can see, but here on the screen, so I'll kind of highlight it with my cursor. So you can see here the difference. This says 298 lines of code versus, jump over here to this side of the screen, which is 196 lines of code. So it's a victory, right? It did reduce code. One thing we didn't do yet, though, of course, is see if it still works. Actually, does it still work? I don't know. I don't know if actually it still works. Let's see. Let's find out. I mean, here, let's look at this one. Let's look at, like, this is kind of cheating here, though. Let's be honest. This is kind of cheating. Let's take a quick look. All right. So you see here on line 283, and then you look at the other one on line 185. They just merged it into one line. It's just merged into one line. So it's the same line, but it's just merged into one. I guess it's cleaner, but this particular part is kind of interesting. It's kind of, I don't know. It's fewer lines of code by 2. So I hope that ends. Bro, you're trying to learn really good. Can compare LLM overall the world, any model free. What? What? I need an AI to help translate that. You want to compare LLM over all the world for free models? So probably one of the best models that is open source right now is DeepSeek 3.1 and GPT OSS are the two best open source models that are available today. Aha Assistant. Hey, how's it going? Good to see it. Jeremiah, I could use AI to learn to read engineering PDF plans or actually CAD files to see what is going on. Yes, you can. Isn't that cool? Are you actually doing that? That's actually a really cool use case for the AI to actually read some technical specification and then provide you details about what's going on inside of it, like CAD files. Those things, they can get really detailed. There's a lot of they can be megabytes and gigabytes of data in there. Because that's a good idea, Jeremiah. I guess it does, bro. Try some LLMs and a good prompt. Yeah. Wolf's is right. You could totally do it. Give it a shot and see. All right, let's take a look at our car tracking map here. All right, we're going to reload and see if there's any errors. Was there any errors now? I don't see any errors now. So the original code that was created, there were no errors. We saw no errors at all. But when we click the reload button to load the simplified version, is it going to still work? Here we go. All right, I don't see any errors. We still have the maps, yep, and we start them. Are they going to keep moving? Is it going to work? Yep, okay. So it works. I mean, here, to be fair, this is like the simplest approach to doing what we want. But what we can do now, check this out. What you can do now is create more subagents. Let's do that. Let's create a few more subagents. Let's do that. Agents. All right, let's create a new agent. We'll generate one. All right, so let's say this is a code reviewer, read only, and provide feedback on improvements. Something like that. And so now we've created a second subagent. And what we can do is we can create an army of subagents that Claude can now call upon when it needs to help improve its output. So here's my take. Here's the take. Are we at the point of a takeaway? Do you think we're at or can we test anything else? Can we test anything else? All right. So we We can give it MC, no execution, no edit, just read. It's read only. Here we go. And this will be like let's do purple. Let's do it. All right. So we did it. So we got a new one. Let's see. Let's create one more agent. What are we going to create this one? What's this next agent going to be? Can we do a UX reviewer or UX not a reviewer. I want to say like optimizer, improvement maker. They make it better. They make the UI. Onion Studio. Hey, how's it going? Hi, Onion Studio. We've made some sub-agents. We're making a couple of sub-agents to make our life better. And we're not at the conclusion point yet, but just as I'm happy. Let's put it that way. I like it. I think we're on to a good start here. Improvement optimizer. Let's see if it can understand what I want. Yeah. Hey, how's it going? It's good to see you. So we did it. We were successful. We created a sub agent using Claude Code, and we had Claude Code use the sub agent to make improvements on our existing code, and it worked. It actually worked. So that was really impressive. We're just taking a look at it here. Let's see. Oh, let's take Poppy. Hey, can you explain how you implemented this from scratch, like the kind of tech stack you're using, the language you used in the code and all this? Okay, so the AI did all of it. I guess it depends on what you're asking. The current stuff that you see on the screen could be what you're asking, or you might be asking about PubNub's infrastructure. That's another question that you could be asking. Would you be able to clarify, Poppy? Poppy, help me understand which one you're asking about. How are you, sir? I'm doing good. We're having a lot of fun with Claude Code. We built some sub agent, and we're building a few more sub agents. And we're in the feedback phase now. We're like entering in our feedback phase. Did it work? Do we like it? Does it make us happy? Did it improve our code? Are we more productive? That sort of thing. Wolf, a UX improver and feedback to improvement on the design. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. That's it. That's what we want here. All right. So we don't want edit tools, no execution tools. There's no need for MCP tools. Maybe there are. Oh wait, no, go back. Okay. We're going to have to do it again. We'll have to start over. No big deal. Sir, how can I contact you? Through LinkedIn. LinkedIn's a good way. Let me see. I'll paste that into chat really quick. I had LinkedIn up here a second ago. Here we go. LinkedIn, copy, paste. Then I'll give you that in the chat window here in the chat. I'm going to put it in chat. Here's another link in chat for you. Here we go. That's how you can contact. I'll see. Yep, that answers your question. Okay, cool. So let's see here. Let's get back to our sub agent. We're almost done here. Okay, so we want it to have read-only tools, no execution tools. All right, continue. Sonnet, and this will be we'll do pink, or cyan would have been good. That's fine, no worries. All right, let's take a look. So we've got a code reviewer, a code simplifier, and a UX improvement optimizer. And there's built-in agents. Oh, that answers the question of why there's 6 agents. All I got to do is every chat. All you have to say is Steven, look at the screen. Do you see the screen you're currently looking at? Just read the screen, and the questions that you're asking will be answered. Look, right here, built-in, always available agents. That's all you had. You just gotta tell me. Look, it's right there on the screen. That's why there are 6 agents. I know we only created, a couple ourselves. We only created a couple, but there's already 3 from the start. What are there actually? Actually, what are these? So what are the built-ins? General purpose, status line setup. What is that? What is status line setup? Anya, sir, where are you from? United States. Here in Washington, Seattle. I am in Seattle. I was in San Francisco. Surprising to see that our AI agent wrote for us. Check it out. It wrote for us the map tool, and it started us in San Francisco. I used to live in south of Market, right here. I used to live right here in this area, south of Market. I moved here to Seattle for happiness. I moved here and some other reasons. But Seattle's great. Also because I lived here for a long time before I moved to San Francisco. So I'm back. So it was always the plan was to come back. But yeah, so that answers your question, I hope, with more details than you were expecting. Just a few more details than you were expecting. But yeah, it did it. It works. It did the job. It works. But I have questions now. There's questions here. What is status line setup and output style setup? Let's look on the internet. So there's these built-in agents. Let's copy these and let's search. I'm curious. What are these built-in agents? Let's see here. Here we go. Built-in agents. Always available. What are they? What are these built-in agents? Okay. Describe built-in agents, output stylists, particularly in the context of Anthropic Claude Code, right? That's where we're at. What are these built-in agents? Okay. General purpose, status line, and output. Okay. Agents are specialized in assisting code design specific tasks. Front-end specialist agent might have specific tools. Yep. Output styles. Was that one of the agents? No, yes, output styles. Okay. Change the main agent's overall personality and approach for an entire session. Interesting. Anya, sir, I'm a big fan of you and you're from India. That's awesome. Thank you. That makes me feel really good. I appreciate your feedback. You make me feel happy. Good. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. That's really positive feedback. I appreciate it. We want to do a lot of cool, fun coding. So this is the plan. We'll be doing daily YouTube streams on the weekdays, Monday through Friday, and we'll be doing these kinds of things. So we'll be doing coding activities is the idea. So we'll be looking at different ways to use AI, or we'll be jumping in how to write AI from scratch. We might do some tutorial videos, right? So if you want to learn to code, we can do some let's start off with Python because it's one of the easier languages to read and write. So we can give you some starting skills there. There's a lot of fun things to do. There's no shortage, but right now I'm learning how to use subagents and maybe how we can leverage them in the business. How can we make subagents better? Can we make them? Can we make our team more productive? Can we make the team happier? Right. So those are good things. Those are good outcomes. All right, here we go. Interpretation of the specific terms. General purpose. This is likely refers to probably the main built-in sonnet model, which is Anthropic's latest, most capable model. This agent would be configured for a wide variety of tasks. Okay, so this is this is Claude Prime, right here. This is Claude Prime, the main agent. Status line setup. This is probably designated an output style agent focused on status line or similar conscious status related outputs. This configuration would be driven by sonnet model to provide a more specific and likely more advanced type of output. That only kind of helps. So Wolfs, you say, Stephen, read this. Do you give internships? We used to. So we used to do internships on a regular basis every summer, and we'd have interns work for us when we had an office. But since 2020, we couldn't go into the office. Everyone worked from home. So what do? We can't go into the office. It made sense to not do that anymore because here's why. Because working at home is so much better. We did have a year where we had a select number of interns. We haven't repeated that since though. So it's something that we might do again in the summer. It could be a summertime thing is usually what we do. So maybe is the answer. Well, maybe is the answer. Okay, so this kind of helps us understand what those we didn't know this whole time. Claude Code already had built-in subagents. Isn't that amazing? And then we made some of our own. Anya, sir, your way of teaching, awesome, excellent. Thank you, sir. I will watch your live full. I'm so happy. So cool. Thank you. That is great. Yeah, but it's jumping in and actually doing the work is rewarding in ways because it teaches you. You run into the best thing that humans have. Their best skill is making mistakes and realizing the mistakes. Like, whoopsie, oh no, we did it wrong. Guess what? That's okay. The failure, that's the most important thing, because humans, we can recognize that failure. And that failure is your most powerful capability. And you will only get that capability by failing, right? You'll only be able to leverage that capability. So you have to fail. That's what you have to do. I guess Sonnet 3.7 is good. It does what it does what it needs to. I think these are Sonnet version 4s, or right? Or is it 3.7? Actually, I don't know. Is it? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I want to go down to them, but I can't. Let's see here. Can we edit the agent, edit tools, edit the model? Here we go. So these are the only options that we have. We have Sonnet, Opus, and Haiku, which I assume are all the latest models. I think so. 3.7 probably has gotten decremented, but they probably use all the hardware at OpenAI or Claude Anthropic for the newer models, is my guess. So I think that's what that is. So okay, so we did it. Now that we have our agents, how can we use them? Oh, let's try the UX improver. Use the UX optimizer to improve the user experience of the app. Let's see what it does. Let's see how it works. Vivek, what you doing? Check it out. We are doing subagents. So we just created several subagents in Claude Code. We walked through how it works. And I thought it was going to be a little more challenging. Like I really did, because there's just a lot of details here. Like if you're really looking through it, there's just a ton of information. And it gets kind of scary with how much detail there is. But we didn't actually have to read through all of the documentation because it's all built into Claude Code directly for us. It's really amazing. See, Poppy, you say, is this live a continuation from a previous live? It is. You're right. If you remember from a previous one, we said we were going to do this. We said we we're going to be trying out this is from yesterday. We wanted to try it out. So we want to use the more agentic capabilities of these tools in the workflow and its capability to offer sub-agents or multi-agent development. And I wanted to see how that works. I wanted to try it out for myself and see how good it was. And yeah, Ashford, you're right. It's great scalability. It's really powerful. I'm actually really excited. It's so cool. And it works. I thought it was going to be super hard. I really did. I was like, this is going to be way too difficult. But guess what? It was pretty easy.
Claude is awaiting user input.
Here we go. It's saying it's ready to go. Wolfs. Okay, Wolfs, what do you got? What do you got here? What is the terminal stuff or platform current you have open? Okay, so I'm running on Mac OS. So this is Mac OS. And the terminal emulator is the default terminal emulator that you see. And then GNU screen, so it's a GNU screen is pre-installed. It's pre-installed. One second. I've got an alarm going off here on my phone. I have to click the button to say stop. 1 second. Let me click the stop button here. Okay. Done. Okay. So yeah, so then I use GNU screen. Some other people use Tmux. Other engineers Tmux, but I like GNU screen because it's already pre-installed on all the systems and it does a really good job. And it gives you multiple paste buffers that you can copy and paste between the screens without having to use, your mouse. You don't have to use a mouse or trackpad. So I really like that. So I can take GNU screen, for example. I can highlight it, I can copy it, and then I can come over here to Vim, and then I can paste it in. Isn't that cool? I don't have to use my mouse to try to highlight some. I can use the precision of my keyboard to get exactly where I want, and jump into specifics. So I can jump around the terminal window all I want, and then copy and paste. So that's what I like to do. So GNU screen and Vim is here below. So I've got Vim. All right. Ayanch, or sir, I'm requesting you to provide more new content to encourage us. I followed everyone, but I don't get any results. But yours classes are more understandable. Please, humble request you provide. Okay, yeah. So that's really good feedback. Thank you. That's the idea. Like here's one of the, this is actually kind of neat. Check this out. More content. It's so happy for us, sir. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Happy to do so. Using simple and clear language is critical when it comes to communication. The challenge with computer science and AI is they use complicated terms that are, they have specific meaning, but guess what? They're synonyms for the most part, which means they're just duplicates of words. You don't need to use those complex words, right? For example, check this out. Check this term out. Look at this term right here. I want you to see this term, all right? Stochastic gradient descent. Look at that term right there. If you can see it on the screen, stochastic gradient descent. What does that actually mean? What does it really mean? Here's an instance, for instance, of using clear and simple language. It really means something different. It's not complex. All right. So let's get our stochastic gradient descent. It means random, and it means array, and then sort of a walk. There we go. It's like, right? So you use stochastic gradient descent in machine learning in training AIs. Stochastic just means random. That's all it means. It's a fancy word for random. Gradient is typically referring to a specific kind of an array, but it's just an array. It's a matrix. It's a multidimensional array, right? A matrix. And it's specific to the stage of the array. So when you train a model, you give it input and it gives a guess. You take the guess of its output and then you subtract it from what the real answer is, right? You create a delta. And then you say, this is how wrong you were. So it could be off by 1, off by 10, and then that's what you do. You say off by this number. And then you apply it to the original output array, and then you descend, you walk backwards through the matrices, which are arrays. They're just more arrays. Isn't that cool? It doesn't need to be complicated. Why is everyone making it complicated? Just use simple terms and simple words. I think that's the idea. So that's what we'll be doing here. That's the plan. So we'll be using simple terms, and we won't be using these fancy words, because these fancy words, well, they're fun and they make you sound like you know what you mean, what you know what you're talking about. It's alienating of everyone else, and it's mean. I think it's mean. Don't do it. Just use basic simple words to help, right? So this could also be iteration or iterate, right? Array, iterate. So walking an array, iterating an array, those sorts of things. Iterate also is kind of maybe I guess it's like going through, like stepping through, like it could just be step, right? This could also be step. It doesn't have to be step, iterate. ST. There we go. I can spell words. I can spell step. There we go. Spet. I make myself laugh sometimes. There you go. There. Step. We did it. Oh, no, we don't want to override that. Okay. So we did it, guys. Let's see. Let's see what it came out with. All right. So we're jumping back to it here. We used the AI. Poppy, hey, can you recommend other impressive YouTubers who build in public like yourself? Yes, I like the Primogen. Check out the Primogen. I think his name's Michael. Primogen's great. I do watch Primogen. Let's see here. The Primogen. Here we go. Yeah, Primogen. Primogen, Michael doesn't always do coding in public like this. We'll sometimes just, technical conversations. He's an engineer who's been through the paces over the years. So he's also a lot bigger. Like he's been on YouTube and Twitch for a really long time. It's got a lot of following. So that's a really good. I like the Primogen. And he also keeps saying simple, which is great. Anish, more content. Happy for us, sir. Absolutely. It's going to happen. I promise. Poppy. Okay. Wolves. So how can I work with you and on what? That's a really good question. So it really depends on the situation. We're building a lot of technology. We want to really right now, what I want to do, what my main goal is to learn how to better use these AI tools and then how to provide those AI tools to our teams and make it easy for them to use it as well, because they're really useful. They're really powerful. And it's actually kind of a lot of fun. So now that we have used 2 of our sub-agents, what is it going to look like? I'm actually really curious. What is it going to be different? So let's open up our card tracking map, and we're going to reload the screen, and we're going to see if it's different. Let's see if it's any different. The UX optimizer came in and made it better. Let's see how they made it better. Here we go. It looks the same. Here we go. Let's see start mode. I don't think they did anything. So this isn't necessarily okay. Let's jump back to it here. Do you guys see anything different? The UX Improvement Optimizer has provided comprehensive recommendations to. Oh, they didn't actually change anything. They just provided recommendations. You know why? You're supposed to say, hey, Steven, you already know what the answer is. You gave it read-only permissions. Remember? Remember when we created it? We gave it read-only permissions? Let's look up here. Let's look. See? We created the agent, and we gave it read-only permissions. Actually, is it lower here? Is it lower? Might be here. Is it this one? Code simplifier used. Here we go. Yep, critical components, high impact, visuals, priority, optimizer. Yeah. So we made it so it couldn't edit anything. So that's why. So what we have to do now is say, let's do it, make the changes. Okay. Affecting. All right, let's do it. So what we've done is we use this sub-agent with its expertise and a full brand new context window to make a suggestion of the improvements. And now we are applying those improvements using Claude Prime, or the main agent. And so what we're doing here, one of the cool things is what we can do is you can actually orchestrate this. You can orchestrate this in a way that automates it, and it can run in a while loop and continuously iterate using all of your sub-agents. So you can do that by doing this. You can go in a terminal window and you can say while true, do, and then you say, and then you need to give it a task, right? So echo do build software, right? You give it a software, and then you pipe it into Claude, and right, and then you say -p -. Then it was some other, like, what is it called? What is it? Do you guys remember? Dangerous. I forgot what it says without human intervention. Elisha, hey, how's it going, Elisha? Yo, what you going? Yo, hey, how's it going? We're currently using sub-agents. We're using sub-agents and Claude Code to make our lives better. Or at least we're trying. We're gonna try to do it. So Wolf, do you have an idea how to figure out what for your team to help them? Okay, cool. Yeah, let me know. Yeah, definitely let me know. We're doing we're winning right now, I would say. Here's the deal. We've learned a lot from this Claude Code. We've created 3 sub-agents. We were able to use those sub-agents to make our code better. It worked. It did exactly what we wanted it to do. And now we can use those sub-agents in the future to do any other of our tasks. So you can make generic sub-agents, and then you can have the primary agent, which is Claude Code, the main agent itself, call upon those sub-agents. So here, one second. I want to finish my thought down here. This thought down here, because it was a good thought. I want to finish it. All right. So Claude dash help. Let's see. there is a dangerously skip permissions parameter that I'm looking for. I'm pretty sure it's called dangerous. Sparse. Sparse. How is the flow working with these agents? So here's the deal. We're just getting started. This is like the initial setup. So what you want to do, here's the deal. Check this out. Listen to this. Check this out. What you want to do is create these subagents. Get them ready to go because you can plan it out. You can plan out your project. Create the subagents like a code reviewer, a code optimizer, someone who comes in and reduces code, a UX optimizer, maybe a couple others, maybe an architect reviewer, maybe a bug finder or UX improvements, those sorts of things. So you have all these subagents, and then you have Claude Code. You can run it in this while loop. So there is a dangerous permissions thing. Permissions mode is that permissions mode for a sessions edit bypass permissions. Okay, so I think what they did was they changed it up because I have an upgraded version. Let me see. Allowed tools. Here it is. This is it. This is the thing I was looking for. Dangerously skip permissions. That's what I'm looking for right here. So we copy that, come over here, and then paste that in. There. Oh, almost. I didn't copy all of it. Dangerously. There we go. And then you say, that's it. There you go. Echo, build software. And then let's go ahead and close this window so we can see it. And then say done. There you go. Perfect. We did it. So this is it. So this is how you make it into a flow. Sparse. This is how you make it into a flow. This is how you do it. So you once you have your code agents, then you create a while loop, and then you just let it go. And then you just have it continuously invoke itself. And you want to give it a prompt to also make sure that your prompt includes which subagents you want it to use when necessary. So it chooses to use the right subagents. And then you set it and forget it, and you walk away. And you just let it run. You let it run overnight, maybe for a couple hours. You come back. You want to try it? You want to see what it does? Okay. I don't know if we have how much time we have here, because I do have to go. I have other tasks for the day. But you know what? I think we're at the point where we should try the while loop. Do you want to try it? All right. I think we should try it. Let's do it. Let's try it. Let's do it. Okay. Let's make sure we get everything correct. This is what we'll do. So we do have to go, but we also have a chance to do this. So before we go, let's do it. Let's do the while loop. Yeah. Yes. Let's do it. Poppy. Yes. Cool. Shyam. Hey buddy. Hey, how's it going? Built like yo mama. just joined. Sorry with this Lang code. Yeah. We've built some subagents. So we built a whole bunch of subagents, and now we're at the final stage. We've got to do some things. One, we want to run it in a while loop, because this is probably the most exciting part of this trick, is to get it to run continuously and calling on its own subagents to make a continuous improvement of this neat car tracking app that we built with this bus that ends up in the ocean. You can see the buses ended up in the ocean. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. There you go. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah. So what we want to do is use Claude Code to just continuously iterate and loop. And then we're going to see how it goes. I'm actually really excited. I think it's going to be cool. Yes, let's go. All right. I'm excited. Poppy, can the whole loop thing mess with your system? So, yeah, I think maybe one of the things that here it says let's read the documentation, shall we? Let's read the documentation. Here we go. Bypass permissions checks. Recommended only for sandboxes with no internet access. Well, we've got some internet access here. Okay, so we're going to do it anyway. We're going to go against the recommendation. All right, because we have to keep YouTubing, right? We have to keep streaming here. Otherwise, you guys wouldn't be able to see. Shyam, love your videos, man. Thank you. That's so cool. Appreciate your feedback. I love it. That's awesome. Built like your mama. TY, AI engineering for the win. Yes, for the win. We're doing it. We built subagents, making it happen, and we're making it happen. It's real. I once had an infinite loop, Emmanuel, Felix, Emmanuel Felix, you once had an infinite loop to make your laptop lag. Yeah, that will, because you can have an infinite loop, especially if you're in a compiled language that's really efficient, like C or Rust. You can create an infinite loop that just consumes an entire CPU. Or if you're really good at concurrency, you can have the infinite loop consume all of your CPUs and completely hose your system and make it very difficult to do anything else. So yeah, that's a good way to waste energy, just to burn electrons. It's a really good way to do it. Okay, here we go. We're going to dangerously skip permissions. That's what we're going to do. We are going to dangerously skip permissions. Here we go. All right, so let's do it. Okay, dangerously. I'm just double check. I always copy and paste everything. All right, Claude Code -P. So we need to give it a task. So we need to say using Subagents code optimizer, and then we also say UX. Let's go back to our agents really quick. We want to list out all of our agents because we have to say to use them. That's the instructions in the documentation that says you have to specifically call out the subagents directly. Agents. So here we go. So we have code simplifier, right? So we have this guy, code simplifier. It's not code optimizer, it's code simplifier. So let's make sure we paste this correctly. The next one is UX improvement optimizer. Let's make sure we're using this one. Here we go. Okay. Go. Okay. And then what is, wait, we got some chat message here. Shyam, use ADK to build a swarm of agents with Olama. Light LLM, having a hard time, buddy. That would do the trick, wouldn't it? You could totally do it. So if you run Olama, you'd be able to do it locally. You would be able to have your agents, and you can use different models for each of the agents. And if you use ADK, that allows you to define these agents. I believe in Python, right? So you can define a nice workflow with Python. Joe, hey, how's it going, Joe? Good to see you. Happy to have you here. We're building Claude Code with subagents. We built some subagents, and now we are going to do the while loop. We have a while loop here on the screen. I don't know if you can see it that well on your screen, but we've got this while loop here, and we're going to have Claude Code do the things that we want it to do using our code agents. So we also have a code reviewer, and that's right here. There we go, code reviewer, and code reviewer. And we want it to make improvements to the app.js and index.html app. And then I think that's it. Is that it? I think that's it, right? I'm pretty sure that's it. We did it. Tanish, hey, how's it going? Happy to have you here. We're about to press the button. We're about to press go on this while loop to begin the journey of our multi-agent system. Are you ready? Here we go. It's going to happen. All right, let's see if I need other terminal. All right, it's LS. One of the things that I need to make sure is that I don't, because I did save. Whatever. All right, here we go. It's happening. It's about to happen. All right, we're doing it. Here it goes. It'll either work or it won't. It'll like fail completely, and then we'll have to make a few changes, or it'll go. All right, let's do it. All right, here we go. Paste. Did it? It's going. I think we did it. There it goes. I think it's working. I can't tell if it's working or not. It's not obvious. There is this pipe. There's this pipe thing here. I'm not sure if that is a problem or not. I see a while pipe. While true, do echo. Is my bash good? Did we get it correct? Let's just double check everything here. No, that should be fine. And we pipe that over into Claude with permissions and skip. So that should do it. Is it working? I actually don't know. I don't know if it's working or not. It's not giving me any feedback. It's just kind of, it's sitting there. We'll give it a few seconds. Let's see here. While that's going, let's see if I can make any changes. We'll put this on a single line just in case. There we go. So there's that. While true, do echo. And then we piped the echo into Claude Code. So is it working? I think it's working. It feels like it's working, or it's not working at all. I really can't tell. Can you guys tell? Could you see on the screen if it's working? Does it look like it's working to you? It seems like it is, right? Just checking. Chat, do you see? Or is it not working? It appears to be working. Oh, I see. Oh, actually, it does look like it should be working. Here, what we should be doing is actually just looking at the files. Okay, ls. Here we go. Let's watch. Let's do a watch. Watch. And let's do ls. Let's see if that works. I need more than that. I need more details. lsrth. Okay. We're watching it. When was the last time it changed? What current is 1207? Oh, it did work. It looks like it worked. Oh, maybe not. Maybe that was just me. Maybe that was just me. I don't know. I think I saved it. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you. Let's double check here. Is it working? I don't know. It's hard to tell. It is working. You think it's working? See, I don't think it's making changes because I just manually did the change and I saw the watch update. And it updated on my input. So here we have to try again. Let's see if I can try again. Let me see. Let's see. Pipe. While true, let's go to the beginning. So we don't have. Nope. Yes. There we go. Let's. Okay, yes, there we go. While true, do echo using subagent, code simplifier, UX improvement optimizer, and code reviewer. Make improvements to the app.js and indexed app. Okay, check for lines of code. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to start that again. Is it crashing? It seems. Let's see. I can't tell. All right, let's do it. Vi app.js. Here we go. It's gonna pop open our code editor. It looks the same. It looks like everything's the same. Maybe -p is, what is -p? I'm actually kind of curious to see. Maybe we don't need the -p, right? Is that it? Maybe we don't need the -p. I want this. Okay, so I do have to go because I have other work tasks that need to happen. But I want to make sure this is like the last thing that we do before we head out. I want to make sure that it's actually working. Here, let's do this. Let's get rid of the -p really quick because the -p might be causing like it's like no output or something. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. Where's our watch at? Where's our watch window? Let's bring up our watch window again. Or we might have stopped the watch. Here. Claude -- help. Let's look for what the P is. What is the P? What is the Oh, check it out. Okay. At least we got something here. Something happened. Let's see here. All right. Error, raw mode not supported in the current process. Oh. Take a look at that. Claude Code running in bypass permissions mode. So let's double check. All right, so I think there's a -p. Here we go. Print response and exit for pipes. Useful for pipes. Okay, so we do have to use -p. Okay, let's do that. Okay, let's do it. Claude Code -p. Okay, here it goes. We're going to do it again. Boom. We did it. Okay. Shayam, that's an engineer right there. Yeah. Basically, yeah. We want to make sure that everything's looking like it's working, and it seems like it is. But what we can do is let's see, ls-lsrth. We need to see if it actually makes any changes, and I want to make sure that it actually is. So right now we can tell because here, check this out on the screen. You can see right here when it was last edited. So like the last the last edit date right here. And you can see 7 minutes, and it's been 4 minutes. Amen, what are you doing? We built some subagents, and we put Claude Code into a while loop to use the subagents, and we're trying to see if it's actually going to work. And so far, we hit a problem, and we needed the P flag, and it seems like we did it, but I don't know. We'll find out. Wolves, roam around and find out. Yes, that's the plan. We're going to roam around and see if it works. .js, see if we make any changes. Like, I'm not seeing anything happen. And what I want is, I want to be able to see something happen here. And it's not. It's not yet. It might be that we just, you guys, check it out. It updated. It is working. It's working right now. It's not telling us what it's doing, but it's working. The code changed. Look. Wolves, you had the idea. We roamed around and we found out. Look at that. Isn't that neat? What's going to happen if I reload the page? Is it going to give us, is it going to work? Is it in a non-working stage? All right, let's double check. Yep, see, we got an error. That means it's actually working. Here we did it. We did it, you guys. We did it. Multi-agent Claude Code running in a while loop. So here's what you can do. Check it out. All you have to do is run this command and walk away. You just walk away. You don't have to sit at your computer clicking yes and approve over and over and over. You can just let it run on its own. And there it goes. You just have it run on its own. Isn't that cool? We did it. Shum, ADK has a loop agent till a condition is met. But Claude provide these kind of things. Yeah, so you could. I do believe there's something called hooks. So in Claude Code, there's hooks. And you can make and use those hooks. So let's check out what the hooks are really quick. All right, so we're here, /. Let's go into some hooks. Here you go. So you can jump into hooks. So we've got pre-use tool, post-use tool, notification, user prompt submit, session start, stop right before Claude stops. So we could implement a hook to exit this while loop. So that's something that we could do. We give it a stopping condition, for example. That's what we could do. We can give it a stopping condition. Isn't that cool? So we did it, you guys. We did it. Sparse, we did it. Poppy, walk away. Yep, just it. That's all you have to do is walk away. Wolves, hey, Sham, are you in Walmart? That's a good question. Sometimes you might be. Sometimes, Poppy, walk away until the PC catches on fire. Halt and catch fire. Yeah, exactly. So that's what you can do. You can do that now. We just did it. We basically just did it. I could walk away right now, and it's doing stuff. I don't know what it's doing. Let's reload the app and see if it's any better. Did they make it better? Oh, it fixed it. Look, it fixed it. Isn't that crazy? Oh, my God. And it's continuously making improvements. Oh, that's so cool. It's better and better. I didn't have to do anything. This is the future. We're in the future. Whoa. The computer did it for me. Isn't that crazy? Whoa, Jambuster, what kind of is this, bro? It's like we created some subagents, and then we used Claude's primary agent to call upon the subagents using the instructions that we read from Claude's website. We used the instructions. It told us exactly how to manage our subagents and how to call upon them. And we used them all together simultaneously to have it continuously iterate over our app and make improvements. And we just set it and forget it. And we can just walk away now. Isn't that crazy? Oh, it's so cool. We're in the future. We can build anything. You don't need to babysit the AI anymore. You can just use this approach. Isn't that cool? Wow. I suppose we probably need to do a few things. We probably want to add some Git check-ins, a Git branch, so they can commit code And so that way it keeps track of what is changed, because it's just making changes and it's overwriting itself now. And we also would like it to keep a log, so we can have like a logger agent. So we could do a couple other things. We need this log subagent that keeps track of all the tasks that it completes and does. We have no idea what it's doing right now. And then we also want it to check in the code, so we have revision history, so we can sort of rewind if we want to see what it did. And then there you go, developer in a box. Do you really have to do anything else? Isn't that amazing? We just did it. We win. We win at life. Yes, Jeremiah, it's insane. Wolves, bro, I'm connecting with similar-minded people. You are connecting with similarly minded people. It's happened. Shyam, can you go through architecture quick, Steven? Yes, I will. Jam Buster, you can make a tutorial, bro. Yeah. So this entire video, so what we'll do is, so I do have an AI video editor that will take this live stream that showed us how to, build sub-agents and then have them run continuously in a loop. And so I'll make a video that show, actually, I won't make the video. The AI will make that video for you, and then we'll upload it. Amen. Are you by chance stealing some future jobs right now? Yeah. It's actually, yes. Because in a way, I'm stealing my own job, right? Aren't we stealing our own jobs by continuously making these tools better and more easy to use automatically? It's running in a for loop right now, this very second. Let's see what else it did. Let's find out what else it did. Let's check. Okay. It made more updates. What did it do? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's see. Okay. I'm not exactly sure what it did, but it's making updates. Let's see if we notice anything here. Oh, it's more concise and clean now. That's nice. It uses Leaflet. Okay. Let's see what our app.js looks like. Okay. A little more concise, a little bit more improved. Nice. Okay. So they've just cleaned it up. It's just cleaned up. Oh, we did it, you guys. That is so satisfying. Good job. We did it. Kushik, what are you making, bro? So the whole point of the stream was to use subagents on Claude Code. We built our own subagents. I'll show you the subagents we built. And then we have to go. We do have to end stream because I have other tasks that we have to do. But here we go. Check this out. Let's escape here. Let's go to agents. Let's see, /agents /ag. Here we go. So we made these agents here. So we made code simplifier. We made UX improvement optimizer and a code reviewer. But I want to make a few more. But I don't have time to make those on stream now. But I do want to make a few more. I want to make a bot that will track and log, or a sub-agent that tracks and logs all the changes, because we want to be able to see that in a log file, because I don't know what it's doing right now. And then it also needs to commit the code to Git in a Git branch. So that's another thing that it needs to do. But yeah, we did it. It works. It's successful. We built the sub-agents, and then we put Claude Code into an infinite loop. And now it's just working infinitely. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. Here's what the for loop looks like. Where is it? Where's it at? Oh, is it? Hold on. Where is it at? Oh. Okay, here we go. Okay. I see. Interesting. Okay. So it looks like it's done. The application is now on a solid validation with the identified improvements ready for implementation. Okay. So I need to... We have to do a few things here, I think, to make it better. We need to have it keep track of its recommendations in a recommendation file. We have to make some changes in order to get this to work better. But basically, we did it. I'd say basically we did it. So I do have to get going here. But before I go, I'll read the rest of the comments. So Poppy, you can make an eval sub-agent to prevent the stagnation in improvements. Yes. Yep. Yeah, we need to be able to say how much better is it making it. And if it's at the point, that's actually a really good idea, Poppy, a sub-agent that evaluates how well the improvements are, and then it decides to end, right? It'll decide to close. That's a really good idea. Wolves, doesn't it affect privacy? If there's multiple cars of an organization, and guess they are already this car tracking technology. Yeah, I suppose you could definitely say that for sure. Though if you're using technology like in our case with PubNub, right? Because we're using the PubNub SDK, everything's encrypted and permissioned for you, so that is taken care of. Jambuster, you're using the LLM. What about using a virtualized container? Yeah, you could put it in Docker as well. So that's something that we could do, but we didn't. We're just running it in a directory in a for loop or in a while loop. Oh, infinite loop. Amen. Thanks for clarifying. Yes. Wolves. Hey, Steven, is there a project where we can build something useful here? We can help people travel with less charges and also along make people earn like a person getting to pay like a paid Lyft. Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. So you could make a competitor to Lyft, and then you could change the business model. So because it's up to you now because you've got the Lyft technology. So you could change the business model to change how revenue is split, for example. So that would work. If you want and have free time, also can be scalable. If it's okay, can it do just some more communication? Yeah. That works too. I think that's the next step. So that's what we got to do next time. In order to get this to really work in the right way, we need to, instead of using standard out, we need the models to keep track of the progress in dedicated a file, a directory, where it can keep track of all of its current progress. And we can not only do we track it, but it can track itself because we're running it in a while loop. So that's what we got to do next. So that's the plan. All right, before we head out, because we're heading out now, we're leaving. We got to end the stream. But before we go, we need to we want to check on our application one last time to see if it looks any better. So if anything changed, and I'm not sure it did. I think it did. It changed 2 minutes ago. See that, guys? Right here, it changed 2 minutes ago. What did it do? I'm actually kind of curious. This is why we need this is why we need another subagent. We need a subagent to track what it's doing. I don't know what it did. It did something. I don't know what it did. Something happened. Poppy, are these kind of projects interesting for recruiters? I don't know. What do you mean? What do you mean are these kind of projects? Probably. Maybe. Recruiters are probably more focused on knowledge that you know and less about using of AI. But this is a check mark on your resume. Ability to use agents and ability to use subagents and ability to orchestrate the subagents to create a self-improving system. That sounds really cool, right? That's what I'm in. Any tips for me? I just started programming. Yeah. One of the things, so I've been programming for decades. The thing that was really useful for me was using these AIs to help me write software. They taught me things I didn't even know, even after decades of experience. Isn't that amazing? It was like, wow, you could do that? And the AI knew it. And it taught me things that I just didn't know. I thought it was really important. PubNub is your company, right? Yes, you got it. PubNub is my company. And I work there. That's actually why I have to go now because I have reports that I have to do. We upgraded our system to a new tracking system that tracks some data. I'm being vague on purpose. And I have to go. That's one of my tasks. And plus I have a few customers that I need to go spend some time with. So I have to go do that as well. That's why we have to go. While loop hack is hacking. It is. Especially it is. It's working. It's actually doing its thing. It's actually working. Isn't that cool? So before we go, I'm going to reload this really quick to make sure everything looks good. And it's still good. It's still looking. Isn't that neat? That is so cool. All right, guys, we did it. We did it. All right, we have to go. Thank you, Amin. It was great to see you. Jambuster, hey, what about using geolocation with all this stuff to track the SBI hacker? Yeah, you can. You totally can. You can use geo and submit the geo coordinates of the devices and then draw them on the screen. And that's how you do that. And that businesses, that's what people use PubNub for, by the way. So before I go with PubNub, you can use, this is how you're seeing all the cars move around on the map. You see, they all have geo-tracking, or they have an app on their phone that's transmitting the coordinates that get transmitted onto the screen up here at the top of the screen. You can see the cars move around, and that's what PubNub does. Yep. See you next time. Get the AI to do the reports. Yeah, Jeremiah, I am. I'm gonna have the AI do it. I'm gonna use subagents to have it do it. Right. So that way it can, because it's a challenging one. So maybe the subagents are gonna do the trick this time. So not only were we successful in learning the subagents tricks, I'm actually gonna leverage it and try it out. That's what I'm gonna do after our live here, after we leave. Thank you guys for hanging out. Even an hour now, and this stream, really enjoyed learning some things. Cool. Yeah, me too, Wolves. It was great to have you here. I'm looking forward to next time. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll have some more fun things to try out, and we'll be building some cool things. So it was great to see everyone. Sparsh, good to see you. Bye. Enjoy the stream. Thank you. Poppy, yeah, agree. Excellent. Thank you, everyone. I'm clicking the end button now. We're going away.